Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for stopping by the Everyday Watch channel. For this video, we're going to be checking out the latest model to come from the independent Swiss brand Oris. So on the wrist, I have one of their big crown pointer dates. This one has a beautiful burnt maple dial, and it's also done in collaboration with Cervo Volante, a leather goods manufacturer that actually works in conjunction with Switzerland to help maintain the alpine ecosystem by regulating the number of deer that are present at any one time. So this sustainable deer resource is actually used to make the leather strap that's featured with this big crown pointer date. And I think it's actually really comfortable and works very well with the burnt maple dial. So why don't we flip the camera around now and you guys can take a closer look at this big crown pointer date collaboration in the studio. So now that we're in the studio, we can take a closer look at this Oris and Cervo Volante collaboration. Not the first time they've collaborated on a pointer date model, but this really does evoke a sense of a Canadian fall season with this burnt maple dial. And in terms of Canadian pricing, retail is around 3,500 Canadian dollars. Now, with respect to dimensions, it's very similar to a lot of pointer dates on the market at a 40 millimeter case diameter. If you take a look at the side profile, the lug-to-lug distance between my thumbs is right around 47.3 millimeters. And then in terms of overall thickness, it is 12.3 millimeters from the bottom of a screwed down case back, which also has a display window for the automatic movement, and then to the top of a nicely domed sapphire crystal that does carry some anti-reflective treatment on the underside. Now between the lugs is an even 20 millimeter spacing with a nice taper down to about 16 millimeters for this deer leather strap. You got that signature Cervo Volante stamp right here. It's actually a very well made strap. It's supple right away with no break-in period, and it does develop character and crease lines as you wear it. And you also have a nice Oris signed polished buckle to accompany the strap. And here's a quick in-studio shot to give you a sense of how well this strap would wear on a 7.5 inch wrist size. That is 19 centimeters in circumference if you do use the metric system. Very comfortable, and it only weighs about 69 grams with the watch head and this current strap combination. But of course, you can try out different 20 millimeter straps too. Now the star of the show has to be this burnt maple dial. It does have a nice gradient to it. You can see it's actually a lighter color at the center, and then as you get towards the edge of a dial, it becomes a bit darker, kind of like a fume effect. Very nice contrast with the printing that is on the dial still as well. Below a 12, it does say Oris, and then above a 6 o'clock, you have big crown and pointer date printed. The hour markers are nice Arabic numerals. And then at the very periphery of a dial, you do have that pointer date function for each day of the month, as well as that pointer date hand. The other handset is a nice cathedral hand style. It's filled with lume, as is the hour markers and the cardinal points on the running minute track. I will say that the Superluminova is a lot brighter on the hands than on the dial itself, but still enough to give you orientation in low lighting situations. It's not going to blow your mind though. Now in terms of setting the time or the date, it's done via this oversized 7.4 millimeter sign and screw down crown, which does afford 50 meters of water resistance. Looking on the back side, you can see the Oris caliber 754, which is really a modified Sellita SW200-1. So you do have that pointer date functionality here. It ticks away at 4 Hertz, and you get about a 41-hour power reserve. The finishing on this watch is very good and on par with other pointer date models. You have a nice engine turning that's done on the bezel Some nice brushing on the tops of the lugs. And then if you look at the side profile, very fine high polish that's done as well. And a nice slope to the case. I like how it just conforms to the wrist quite well. And of course, the burgundy strap just pairs very well with the colorway on the dial. To me, it's not as intense as you would find on the Oxblood dial from Oris. And I actually really like the gradient pattern as well. It adds a bit of visual interest. So that's just a quick overview of this latest Oris Cervo Volante collaboration. If I was going to offer some potential points for improvement, I would like to see them just up their lume game a little bit on the dial and make it a little bit more intense. And at the price point of 3,500 Canadian dollars, it would also be nice if they included a bracelet option. Perhaps they could do the strap plus a bracelet. I just think that would just add in the overall versatility of this timepiece. But as always, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section of this video. And if you do enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. It really does help me out. That's going to wrap up this review. And as always, I can't wait to catch you guys in the next video.